All right, so that is a tubeless reset of an old tire. And I'm gonna show you something else. When you use water to seal beads, so in other words, you spray water on the beads just like you would a car or a truck tire, you need 1 drop of soap in there, no more. If you get too much soap in your sealer, it won't work. All right, so I'm running 4 ounces in there. So usually when I put sealers on tires of known quality that I know are going to seat, I take the tire and I do this because I'm trying to get the sealer to leak outside the bead. So the liquid sealer blocks the air gaps, especially with new tires with really tight beads. You got to do this in order to get the air to stay in the tire, because there's too many air gaps if you don't. This flash can has a restrictive fitting in it. It does not blow tires onto the rims like truck tanks do. It's very slow. There's liability issues. They don't want to blow the hose off. So flash cans, unless you have liquid between the bead and the clincher hook on the rim all the way around, or mostly all the way around, you're not going to be able to get it to snap on. This one went on real easy because it's an old tire. It's got, 4-figure mileage. I don't know what it is. I took all the old markings off, so I don't know what it's actually got on it, but I imagine it's probably got at least 1,200-1,500 on it, more than likely. So anyway, all these little tiny, really, I can hear a leak. So now I got to start rolling this tire. I need to let the sealer get into the gaps, the crevices. The other thing I have not mentioned is this tire has had oodles and oodles of thorns that have been pulled out of the tread by me. When they're in service, they're seated. There's old sealer in there that quickly seals up any holes in the tire, and there's a bunch here in Arizona. There's a few holes, might be half a dozen, might be 10, real small ones. The sealer fills up, right? And you do that every so often, or you can just leave them in and keep riding on them. But when you clean thorns out of a tire, that's probably 30, 40, 50 different punctures with 20% of them that have penetrated that you're trying to seal back up a second time when you remount old tires. So this is really, I'm not going to call it a fool's errand, but it can be. If you don't know how to approach old tires, they're going to give you a lot of grief. That's a leak in the sidewall. So the rubber sitting outside in 100-degree heat, when it's not being ridden, no airflow, no cooling at the junkyard, the sun destroys brown walls. So this is an area right here where you're going to see, just like that other tire I took off, a buildup of sealer against the sidewall that's going to plug that hole. This is a leak point. One thing to keep in mind is the sealer, through centrifugal force, hangs out on the bottom of the tread. It's very difficult to get sealer up into the rim if there's a bad leak, spoke holes. That's why we throw away tubes that rupture on the spoke side. And it's also very difficult to get sealer up onto these sidewalls unless you use 2 or 3 of these. Run a heavy sealer. Forget the 2-ounce rule. That's for good tires. There's 4 ounces in this one. I might put in another one of those because I just bought extra sealer to seal this bad boy up because it's worth 500 miles, and right now I need to save the money. So you got to have sealer deep enough to creep up on this sidewall and stop the leaks as well as it can. But this is probably going to be a tire that likes to run at 30 pounds. So we're going to do some more about tires. I'm going to teach people on a budget how to ride bullshit.